keep it rolling. Dreamhack Atlanta.
ATL, that's where I'm from. Shout out to Atlanta.
Yes, yes, of course. Probably one of my favorite places to visit too for events. Shout out to Final Round and other various things. E-League, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Shout out to E-League. I was blessed to take a part of that event. So
yeah, shout out to them putting our games on live television. What more can we ask for? But aside from that, DreamHack Atlanta, they hosted a medley of esports that weekend. It was actually kind of crazy. We had HCS, we had Brawlhalla, we had Paladins and Smite, we had Hearthstone, CSGO, and Soul Calibur. There was just too many games, almost. I mean, I know that sentence is like non-existent. Too many games? No such thing. But wow, one event having so many games, and it wasn't even the fact that they just had tournaments for these games. It was finals weekend for a lot of these esports events.
It was almost like Worlds for a lot of these games. So this event was super stacked, a lot of prize money on the line.
Exactly,
a lot of cheddar.
Thousands and thousands of dollars on the line during DreamHack. But we're gonna hone in. We are going to break down some Soul Calibur right now, and we brought a very special guest. We are phoning them in through the good old Skype right now. We are bringing him in through the waves.
Technology.
Yes, technology is amazing. So we have T.S. Bibulus on deck for us right now, who's going to break down some of the DreamHack Soul Calibur 6 tournament, one of the first big events since the release of the game, because it's interesting to see all these different people from Soul Calibur communities, NRS communities, different eras of the communities come together in this iteration right now and kind of go head to head. So, Bibulus, are you there? Can you hear us?
How's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Ooh, yeah, we can. What's up? Sounding nice and crispy right now. We are definitely looking forward to your breakdown.
Awesome. I'm happy I get to talk with you guys about some Soul Calibur 6 this week. The games were fire. But unfortunately, the way we started it was not quite so much. We had Sane versus Linkors. Sane versus Dragon was up first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sane versus Dragon was up first, and Sane cooked that kid. That was a pretty clean 3-0 in winners finals. And this, all right, hold on. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about a little bit about the storylines. Right now, we have Sane representing the Soul Calibur 5 players versus Dragon representing the NRS boys.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have a couple of NRS boys up sitting in that top 8 because Sonic Fox is on the other side of losers.
Ooh.
And I don't think anybody expected Dragon to be this good this quickly. Like, he's been showing out really strong, but he did get cooked by the man Sane coming out of New York in that Ivy Mirror match.
I mean, it's early in the game, He is a champion himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's Sane, he almost did the Big E trifecta. Like, I forget which one he missed, but between NEC, Winter, or, hold on, I may be wrong about that. I think I'm talking about something. All right, let's just go to the next match. Let's go to the next match. I think Sane won Winter Brawl this year. Yes.
Sonic Fox.
Yes.
Honestly, one of my favorite players. I'm not going to lie. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's one of the best of all time. It's hard not to like that kid's gameplay. And he plays so many games. Like, he's currently one of the best Dragon Ball FighterZ players in the world, along with one of the best DOA players in the world, and one of the best Skullgirls player in the world, and one of the best Soul Calibur players in the world.
One of the best, period.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this new character he's playing?
As well is a very interesting character. He changes modes very quickly. He has 3 different sets of weapons. And if he just swung one, he can swing that same weapon again quickly. But if he swings a different one, it's incredibly slower. So he can feel really awkward at first as a player. And playing against him, it feels frustrating because it can be very simplistic. He doesn't have a lot of options that are always fast, but he's a crazy character, man. He's got a lot of weaknesses people aren't exploiting yet, and you see him all over tournaments nowadays.
Scoot over just a little bit. Just a little scoot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Scoot.
Yes, the guy he's sitting next to, Mr. Party Wolf, he definitely told the Fox, move over. This is my turn because I don't know if you've looked at what Mother Nature says, but foxes are on the menu for dragons or for wolves.
Okay, fair enough.
I think everything's on the menu for dragons except Sane. Sane was not on the menu for the dragon. Okay. But yeah, that match was actually insane. That's one that I definitely recommend you guys go through and take a look at if you want to check out some videos. That goes down to the wire, and Party Wolf clutched it out at the end, made its way to winners finals. So up next after that one, we have losers bracket. We're going to see SC4 boys versus SC5 boys. We have Zefukai on the left and Link Wars on the right. Now, Link Wars has been on fire. He just won East Coast Throwdown, which was the biggest. That was a release weekend tournament, but it was the biggest tournament since the game's release before this one.
Where is he from?
He is from New York.
Ooh, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. New York boys showed up.
New York.
Definitely.
I mean, you know, what else is there?
Yeah, but this Zeph is a champion from Soul Calibur 5. He went on a tear where he didn't lose a tournament for, I want to say, over a year. And that in any game is an incredibly remarkable run. But he could not quite clutch it out today in that tournament against Link. Link actually 3-0'd him. But it's one of those 3-0s, like if you look at the clips, every match was 5th round. And he lost in a 4th round situation, but it was because he dropped a punish to make it to the 5th round.
That's always the worst. Like, you don't want to be dropping those, especially in a tournament like that.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah, that we've all been there, and it hurts for that to be your only match in top 8, and it's in losers. But I'm sure we'll see a lot more of Zefukai down the road. He is a phenomenal player.
It's early for Soul Calibur, right?
Yeah, definitely. And he's been bouncing around characters. Like last I checked, he was not playing Zhonghua, and now he is playing Zhonghua. So who knows what we'll see from this guy coming forward. And he's definitely feeling himself coming out on stage. Okay.
Sorry, he was dancing. You know, I had to get in there too. I was like, I feel it.
Oh yeah, that dude. I love that dude. He's a real fun guy to hang out with.
All right. So what is this new character here on the right?
The new character, that's Geralt. He is from The Witcher.
Game of the year, I heard.
Oh yeah, it's a very he has a very interesting fit for this game. He fits both thematically. He looks like he belongs in the game. It makes sense from the storyline he comes from. Yeah, I really like the idea of Geralt as a guest character in this game.
Right, cool.
And up next, hold on, what match do we have up next? We have the old school classic. Mick versus RTD. Yes, this is losers. No, this is not 2005. Yeah, back in those days, those guys would go around and they would tell people that no one in the world could beat them because it looked like they were right.
Wow.
And they had their reign of pain, but those days have come and gone. And now these guys get to slug it out in losers top 8, which unfortunately is kind of a wash for Mick this time around. He may have gotten 3-0'd. It looked like he was a little bit unfamiliar dealing with Aswell. Like I mentioned before, he's a very he's a tricky character to deal with because he's got so many different modifiers on what his buttons do. And Rob is sitting there saying, I've played against Zhonghua for the past 15 years. Whereas Mick is on the side of, I've played against Aswell for about 15 minutes.
And the advantage.
Yeah, Rob, he has been known to take advantage. He has been known to pick a top tier.
So Mick is going with what he knows. And
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so coming along after that one, we have Link Ors versus Sonic Fox. Now, the last time I saw these guys play, it was at the grand finals of East Coast Throwdown, and Link beat Sonic in an incredibly clean fashion. He literally only dropped one game for that entire tournament.
Okay.
And the game that he dropped was against Sonic Fox, and he dropped that game after dropping a kill combo.
So he tried to be fancy, didn't he?
No, not really. He just dropped an input and then came back in the next game.
Sounds like he almost had a perfect run. Just one flip-up.
Yeah.
This was not nearly as convincing. That was a last match game versus Sonic Fox.
Very humble man.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah.
it's actually kind of amazing that he's able to step into a lot of these new games and just still show that he is one of the best in the world. Like, it doesn't matter if it's new or not.
Yeah. Well, Sonic Fox, he's been playing Soul Calibur for a very long time. Little known fact, the first time I was in a tournament with that guy. It was Winter Brawl 2012, and we both made top 8 in Soul Calibur 5. That was actually one of my first events ever,
by the way. Shout out to Winter Brawl. The last Winter Brawl was this past year. You know.
So you're saying that he came from Soul Calibur?
Technically, he came from DOA, but the first tournament I remember him winning was Mortal Kombat 9, and the first tournament I remember watching him play was Soul Calibur 5, and that was in 2012. That's 6 years ago. He is no stranger to Soul Calibur.
Yeah. So, you know, we're going to be looking out for him this year and, you know, without a doubt, in multiple games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. He's a world-class player in anything he picks up. He is the man to beat. And it's incredible watching him play as well.
Yeah, what's next from Dreamhack?
Yeah, what is next from Dreamhack? We have Dragon versus RTD. All right, now we got the old boys versus the young boys. RTD started playing competitively in Soul Calibur 1, and this is before Dragon was even born. Rob.
But is that gonna matter in this match?
Is that gonna matter in this match? In this match, the young man reactions definitely played out.
Ooh, so sometimes experience isn't always a thing, you guys.
Yeah. RTD he could not hold it down for the old school this time around, but still 5th place. Really strong showing from an old man. This guy is in his 40s, and he has 3 kids. He has a full-time job. He hardly gets any practice time.
And
but
he's still out here busting that ass. I respect that so much. I respect it so much.
Exactly. All right.
There's a lot of Ivy being played. How is she in this game?
Yeah, there are 3. Or no, there's 2 Ivies. I think there's only 2 Ivies in this top 8. There should only be Sane and Dragon.
Okay.
I want to say the only repeat, or actually there's 3 repeat characters. There's 2 Zhonghuas. They both went out in the first round of losers, being Mick and Zefukai. There's 2 Ivy players that played in one side of winners semis. And there are 2 Aswell players, Sonic Fox, who was in winners, and RTD, who was in losers.
Okay.
All right, and going forward, actually at the end of that match, Dragon sits there tapping his head, and if you can see him in the background, he's actually cleaning up. He galaxy brained himself so hard that he did not realize he wasn't the next match.
Oops.
Trying to sit on stage looking slick. And after that, we have Sane versus Party Wolf. Yeah. Sane, by the way, voted most likely to win a Prince lookalike contest in this top 8. His shirt is really shiny. I don't know if you guys could see it that well from where you're sitting, but it's not dots. It's actually like sparkly shiny.
So Sung Mina good in this matchup, or?
Sung Mina is Party Wolf's secondary, and he thinks Killick his worst matchup is Ivy, in his opinion. And Party Wolf has been long known to pick a secondary to counterpick his bad matchups. In 2012, during Soul Calibur 5, he did that by playing, what was it called? Al Gol. Yes, he played Al Gol to pick up his bad matchups in 5, and now he's picked up Sung Mina to deal with that Ivy matchup in 6.
Wow, so Sung Mina just does a little bit better than Killick in the matchup, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty clean 3-0 from Party Wolf too. He secured his spot in the in the grand finals, looking pretty easy. He cooked that man, Sane. And then it comes back to next match should be Dragon, who's actually the next match now, versus Linkors. And yes, loser gets 4th. The winner advances to losers finals. And then Linkor is playing Grow now. I think this is the 3rd character he's played in this top 8. And this matchup is actually incredibly close. It comes down to the line. really close. It's another one I definitely recommend you should look up if you want to check out some cool Soul Calibur matches from this tournament and not watch the entire top 8. But unfortunately for him, Link Or's run ends in 4th place, and Dragon moves on. So up next, now we're going to have the losers finals. We have our Prince lookalike contest winner versus Mr. Galaxy Brain himself in a rematch. In winners, the Dragon got cooked pretty solid. It was a 3-0. But as we've seen with top players, the run back is never the same. You're gonna the guy who lost, he's gonna learn. He's gonna be real tight that he held all that nonsense. He's gonna come back and he's gonna figure out what he has to do to change things up. And this match comes right down to the wire.
Yeah, and on top of that, when people are fighting from the losers bracket, most times they're warmed up, right? They're ready. Like by the time they get back to the rematch, they've already played a few. They're feeling good about it. So
exactly, yeah. The guy, especially the guy in Party Wolf, he hasn't played a match in probably like 20 minutes since he played winners finals at that point. And Sane comes off of, or no, that's the next one. But yeah, Sane ends up taking this match down, even though it was what it was. We have a much
mirror. Is there anything to be said about that?
That's a crazy matchup. That's actually a really crazy matchup to play and to watch because you have to use your tools in fairly offbeat fashions. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yes. And up finals.
Oh, he got double Jeopardy, right?
Yes. Yeah. Dragon did get double duked by Sane.
All right, we got the man coming back up.
Yup, and Party Wolf, the man, he's coming back.
The man. Okay, what makes him the man?
Let's break it
down.
He's Party Wolf. Are you kidding me? He won with people were saying Zebo was a horrible character in Soul Calibur 5 forever. And then he showed up and started winning tournaments with him. All right.
That's all it takes most times.
But to top it off, there was a point like during before the pre-release Soul Calibur 6 stuff, Party Wolf was the guy to beat. All right. I want to say he made top 8 in he got second at Evo this year, and both of his losses were to the guy who won. He's just been the guy to beat. He got 9th at ECT, but that's the only time he hasn't had a stellar performance in Soul Calibur 6.
And that's saying something. That's 9th, and that's not a stellar performance. I feel like for most people entering any major event, 9th place is pretty good, but I guess, for these guys,
well, he's just a heavy favorite. Like, that's what heavy favorites look like. Like, if I was laying odds, if I was to pick like 4 people that I would expect to see a top 4 at East Coast Throwdown, I would have put him on the list. Like, it was just a smart money bet, but I mean, it is what it is. You can't always perform. But this one, we have a run back of the winners finals, and as run backs go, they may be a lot closer the second time around. And Sane manages to pull out the reset on this one, but he can't quite make that final push through the second set of grand finals.
I mean, it's already hard enough resetting the bracket, period. But keeping up that stamina, a lot of the time, tournament play is about stamina. Are you going to be able to keep up all of these, high-level plays, all this, mental gymnastics you have to do for sets on sets? Like, you really have to prepare yourself for stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, you got to win twice as many games, so he's going to have to win 6 matches to 3 at Super Hard.
Yeah, it's winning grand finals out of losers is not an easy task. I mean, let's face it.
Especially against somebody that you just played.
Yeah, somebody who just beat you.
Exactly. And there's no time to sit and really break it down, right? You just have to keep rolling with it, and you have to keep adapting on the fly.
Well, even then, you don't have time to sit down and really break it down because you lose winners finals. Your next question is, who do I have to play in losers finals? Then you get to watch his match, focus on that match. And when you're done, you get to play the guy who busted your face out. Oh, yeah.
He was, doing that.
Yeah, there's a Party Wolf win pose.
Okay.
It's always, great when someone does a little character-specific taunt
Yeah.
at the
That
end
means
there.
he's feeling himself. He's feeling good. He loved the victory.
Yeah.
enjoyed it,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, honestly, I really like the way a lot of the Soul Calibur players interact with like the camera. Like RTD was trying to summon something. Zeph is up there dancing. Party Wolf's trying to stab the Invisible Man.
Exactly.
Soul Calibur is a very creative game.
Soul Calibur and the FGC
Yeah.
in general, we're full of personalities, so that's what's up. Bibulus,
All right.
thank you so much for your breakdown, your special guest breakdown, chiming in from Skype. We really appreciate you taking your time out to join us today and covering the Soul Calibur action. It's a new game. I feel like a lot of hype has been built around this game so far, and it hasn't been disappointing.